everybody. Welcome to Drunken Housewife Reviews. I'm Sarah, the Drunken Housewife.
And I'm her host slash husband, Ian, and I just try to keep her on the rails best I can.
And it's a full-time job. And we are here with the guys from, let me get this right, Clerks, Cards, and Comics.
Yes.
That is
Yes.
us.
And
Nailed it.
which one is which as far as first names?
I'm Patrick.
And I'm Robbie.
Okay. Got it. And today, what am I drinking? Oh, iced Irish coffee. I decided not to switch alcohols. Once you start with whiskey, you stick with whiskey. And like I said, you guys are our second interview, so
An iced Irish coffee.
yeah,
Nice Irish.
yeah. Why not?
Why not? I'm in. Today.
Yeah. What are you doing?
If we're announcing what are you drinking today?
I am working on a nice orange smash from our own local Devil's Backbone Brewing Company.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I am dual vaping my tobacco vape and my THC vape, as well as this liter of Dr. Pepper.
You can never go wrong with Dr. Pepper. Yeah.
I've also got coffee here, so I guess
coffee?
I'm drinking the most. So
There you go. I say, unfortunately, you can't THC vape because we live in Indiana.
what? But your sponsor.
Yeah, we're not sponsored anymore.
Yeah, we're not sponsored anymore. So if you want to sponsor us, hey, we're open to anything. But yeah, we're the uncool neighbors of everybody else who's got legalization going. It's a whole story for us. You guys are in, let me get this right, Bedford, Virginia, correct? You are. And you are the only comic book shop in the area? Is that right?
As far as we're aware of, we are the first and only
local game store in Bedford, Virginia.
Located within the confines of Bedford, yes.
Awesome. Yeah, I was looking on your Facebook page. You guys do a lot of events, including live music, which
that's cool.
Yeah, I've never seen at your kind of establishment.
It's totally it's like how there's these little bubbles of sanity out there. There's like your Athens, Georgia, your Portland, Washington. Portland, Washington. Did I just say that?
Portland, Oregon.
Portland, Oregon.
Yeah.
Portland, Oregon.
Good, man.
I knew what you meant.
But there's all of these cool bubbles of sanity out there that just have these really cool culture scenes. And this is a lot like the Seattle game store scene, where they have live music guests. And they have, it's a bar as well as people play Dungeons and Dragons there, that kind of thing. We are yet to be a functioning bar, but it's that kind of vibe. You know what I mean? You can come in and play cards. You can play Magic the Gathering. It's a nerd haven.
I love nerd havens. I love nerds. I married one.
There we go.
Yeah, ladies, get yourself a nerd. Just saying.
Beautiful.
I wasn't going to say anything, but then the alien shirt is kind of a dead giveaway. Just a little bit.
Yeah, it kind of, you might as well be wearing a neon sign. Nerd. Did you want to share, because he has props.
Okay, well here's the thing, is that when it comes to comic books, I'm old school Spider-Man. And
okay.
But here's the thing, is that I'm mostly a comedy guy. And so I would pick up like the parodies of what the instead of what if.
I got something for you. Hold tight while you're telling us.
You've inspired him. He maybe have something you want for your birthday.
Well, my one of my arguments is I not only love what the, it just seems that the Marvel comic book universes in general, when it comes to movies, they're way too serious. There needs to be a like they did have Spider-Ham, in the new movies, I should say. And I'm thinking that they've got a stock character right there. They could do like a what the series instead of what if. And you could either animate it or even live action, as goofy as it's supposed to be. It's kind of like a throwback to like Batman. So, as an old school 60s Batman.
Oh yeah, the Batman 69 stuff was fantastic. They did we've actually got some of the Batman 89, but it's really interesting that the comic books take them into the direction of like where the movies and TV shows went with them, but in the space of comic books. But what
Okay.
I went to find, guys, was ooh, this is a Mad magazine,
Oh,
but it's mine from ninth grade.
oh my
Actually,
gosh.
Oh, fun.
so a little more on the comedy side too, but that's from ninth grade. That is from I'm 40 something, 40.
I think you're
So
right at 40. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'm right
Yeah.
at 40. I forget. I never know, but
Time is a construct. It doesn't matter.
time's an arbitrary
Exactly.
construct in the universe, guys.
I
So
mean,
how long have you guys been married?
500 years?
27 now.
Same thing. Yeah,
47.
27.
27.
Just to let you know, we met on the internet. Remember when that was a thing?
I do actually. That's how we met.
Yes. We
Well, what's funny is that I was actually at Indiana State University in the mid 90s, and you had to know code for the most part if you're going to make your own web page. And I was geeky enough. It's like, I'll make my own web page. That sounds like fun. So I sat in on a class and came up with a website on GeoCities. If you remember
I
GeoCities,
You know,
remember
you've heard the
you
name.
yeah.
remember Angel Fire.
So yeah.
Yeah.
And so I put together like a little personal page there with my comics and stuff like that, and just like posted like, hey, it had the little counter on it. It's like, oh my gosh, 5 people saw my page today. So it's like, and I put it out there, and she checked it out, and that's how we met. It was
Yeah.
just really bizarre.
My ex-fiance was teaching me how to do the internet because I had never been on a computer.
And this was
That's
1997 internet, 1996 internet.
97. We met in 97.
Yeah,
We got married in 97.
yeah.
Yeah. So
So anyway,
I was about to say, wow. So I was like 4 and 5 years old when you guys were out pioneering the internet.
yes,
Oh, yeah.
pioneering the internet for love. Yes.
No, that's fantastic. And I love how metaphoric that is. Isn't that what we're all doing? You build this avatar, this external avatar, and you send it out in the world on dates and stuff. That's basically what you do. You just build a website, and then the right person flocks to it. Like you only
Yeah.
need one. The hit page only needs one, so to speak. That's kind of cool. I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. My mom was convinced that he was a serial killer, and then he ended up being her favorite child. So
That's funny. Yeah.
there you go.
yeah. She was thoroughly convinced he was going to kill me in my sleep. So he hasn't yet.
So far,
Anyway,
so good.
But yeah,
Yeah.
some of the other humor comics I like, Milk and Cheese. If you remember Milk and Cheese, or if you're familiar with them,
I do not, but I
It's,
get it. Like, that's
Evan-
cool.
yeah, Evan Dorkin did it, who's done like a bunch of stuff since then. So that
It
one's
gives
really
me
good.
very much like Toastman vibes from the Ren and Stimpy show. Or
Well,
Man of
Yeah,
Toast.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I say,
ironic.
speaking of Ren and Stimpy, yeah,
I
he's
was an
got
animator on The Annoying Orange, actually. I've animated
Oh,
shows.
really?
Yeah, it was an animator
Really?
for a season.
Cool.
Cartoon Network. But it was fantastic working on it. But I've animated Toast before. There was one Halloween where I had to animate a robot pooping Fruit Loops, and that was my Halloween. So
Sweet.
took me
the
back.
visual in my head is hysterical.
Oh, and then also this Parody Press, I want to say, they did like a Jamaican version of Spider-Man called Spider-Man.
That's cool.
Are those his
Can't wait-
dreads?
Those are his dreads.
Those are his dreads. Okay.
Can't wait to see Spider-Man in the new what is it, Spider-Verse movie?
Spider-Verse.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like Beyond the Multiverse. Yeah, they announced
Oh
like
yeah.
a fourth one.
Let's see.
Oh, a fourth one? They're already
Yeah.
working on the third one.
No, Rasta Spider-Man is the Spider-Man that can't go to Indiana.
I believe it. I believe it.
No, they did a really cool design of the punk rock Spider-Man. I think they did an awesome. That's like when it comes to movies, it's like Spider-Man
me-
the cartoon is the best one for me.
Always.
Anyway.
Always. Spider-Man functions best in cartoon form, including Into the Spider-Verse. And
Yes.
the gem with that, those Scarlet Spider is the punk rock Spider-Man for me, with the blue T-shirt, with the ripped old blue T-shirt.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
he's the one when it comes to punk rock Spider-Man. I don't know a lot of the new Into the Spider-Verse stuff, except for the last one I saw. You know, the old Miles Tails Prowler of the Spider-Verse.
Miles, Tails, Prowler, the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, that's the Sega Genesis reference.
I was about to say also, I believe they were working on or in the process of making like Into the Spider-Verse spinoff that's all about Spider Noir.
Okay.
And
Oh yeah.
having Nick Cage
That would be
continue
awesome.
that role.
I mean,
Oh yeah, I could
He was
definitely see that
cool.
standalone
perfect.
for him.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see that.
He was perfect. We love ourselves some Nick Cage here.
No, Nick Cage is fantastic. So I mean, since we're podcasting, it's pretty much the only time I get to catch up with friends. It's on podcasts. I just come on and go. So I've just been learning about Nicolas Cage and kabuki acting. It's apparently a style of acting that he practices, and it's called kabuki acting. And
Really
it's like really
interesting.
intense and dramatic, and it explains why he seems terrible sometimes, even though he's awesome in most things. I don't know if
I've
it's
never heard
just
of that. Yeah.
it's the weirdest thing that like
Interesting.
he's the avant-garde perfectionist, but I think he just says that so his performances seem better.
I don't know.
I'll
We
say
know.
Well,
Yeah.
I can see that.
I mean, one of my favorite recent Nick Cage movies was Willy's Wonderland because he has no lines.
Oh my gosh,
Like,
That was fantastic. I
That
love that
was-
one.
I
was
love that
wonderful.
one. And as a former preschool teacher, the use of head, shoulders, knees, and toes in that movie was just perfection. Absolute perfection.
That movie was phenomenal. He was great in Long Legs too.
I have not seen that yet, so no spoilers.
Oh, no
It's on my
spoilers.
it's on my list. It's on my list.
No spoilers.
Yes. Yeah.
Definitely. I want to see a review of that
And
actually.
he was in it was an adaptation of an adaptation of a Stephen King, I think, short story. It was like The Color from Space.
Oh yeah, Color of Space. Yeah.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Dude,
Oh my
Yeah.
God,
It
it
is
is
a-
so good.
Well,
Oh, I
Again,
gotta
we
see
did a
that one.
again,
review.
like
We
prime
did
Nick
didn't we
Cage.
do a review?
Yes,
We did a review of that one. It is so
Well,
good.
we also did a review of Willy's Wonderland as well.
Yeah.
After this, I'm gonna check out your review of Willy's Wonderland. Like I'll do a reaction video or something.
Yeah,
right after
sure.
this. Like,
But yeah, Color of Space is just because
Oh yeah.
you don't know what the fuck is going on throughout the entire movie, and that's what makes it so good.
It's
Oh, yeah,
Nicolas Cage's Donnie Darko.
Yeah, it's
It
just
kind of
That's
is.
fantastic.
Yeah, that's a very good. I would
see,
say that's a
that
good.
sounds like
Yeah.
the kind of movie we just play at the shop. So we'll just screen it here. We'll just play it for free. We just like play movies in the background all the time. So
Sweet.
There you go. That one, yes, highly recommend that one.
color and the shape.
Yeah, it's just
Color of Space.
Yeah.
It's like the color. It's like The Color from Space or something
The
like
color
Yeah.
from space. The
Color-
color and the shape was the Foo Fighters album. My mistake. The color and the shape.
yeah. There you
Sure.
go.
Alright.
There you go.
that. Are they still fighting Foo?
They're still fighting Foo. They're
I
fighting
believe
Foo
they
very
are
hard.
still fighting Foo Fighters.
Well,
How many
boy-
Foos could a Foo Fighter fight if a Foo Fighter could fight Foos?
That's a
I-
question for Dave Grohl.
I need alcohol. Anyway, so one question I have for you guys, because we were raised in the 80s. And 80s and Dungeons and Dragons, I don't know if you are familiar because you guys were not even conceived of yet. The whole satanic panic with Dungeons and Dragons. Do you guys ever hear any? I mean,
Not anymore.
I was about
Okay.
to say, surprisingly, living in a very small conservative town in Virginia,
see
we
that?
haven't
Yeah.
had any mobs outside of the store, accusing us of devil worship and things like that.
Oh, you are getting that?
No, they're not.
Oh, you're not. Okay.
Because I mean, we still like every once in a while, like Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons. I
It'll get brought up
still,
in small pockets and corners of the universe.
yeah.
But it's like, man, we have the internet now. We have like facts
Oh,
readily
man.
available.
So-
like
so-
it
Oh,
turns
that
out,
doesn't matter to people.
So this happened before you guys came back here. but one of the schools in our county has like this really fancy gym that they let other people rent out. And so the Boston, Massachusetts branch of it was like the after school, like Satanist club or whatever, rented out
Oh,
the gymnasium to do a screening of The Bridge to Terabithia or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
And
that is
like
beautiful.
the entire, like, threw the whole county in a frenzy because they were like, how could the school,
oh
like,
my
how
God.
could you let them rent it out? And the school is like, well, they filed the paperwork, and per like already established like rules or whatever, they can't deny a group based on, like,
If they
like
don't like it.
religious
Yeah.
or racial or any other sort of
Exactly.
views.
That and the fact that I don't think any serious demonic product would be marketed by Hasbro. It's like the same people that make Monopoly, guys. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Honestly, I
just,
feel like a Monopoly board is way worse than having a Ouija board.
Kevin, yeah,
well, Ouija boards are for, what is it, 8 and up? So
Yeah.
8-year-olds are supposedly okay to play with Ouija boards. They even make a
right.
Barbie one, I
And
think,
it
or
remains
a
to be seen,
pink.
but in my opinion, it's still plastic that comes from Hasbro, and I don't think you
Yeah,
can just that easily tap into the mystical arts with the plastic board from Hasbro.
Yeah, it's
Maybe,
exactly.
maybe,
Yeah.
but if you
I
can, then
yeah.
people don't need to spend all this money going to psychics and things like that. They can just go get the plastic board from Hasbro.
Yeah,
there
That's
you
why I
go.
don't fear it,
exactly.
because I'm not worried that the plastic from Target is gonna like be like, I brought that thing into my house from the aisle 7 toy department at Target.
Now
I
you
need
are damned, damned, I say.
It's funny you mentioned like the whole like satanic panic with like Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh
When
Mhm.
I
yeah.
was growing up, the satanic panic was Pokemon. And Pokemon was evil, and Pokemon was the devil, and Pokemon was
Yeah,
teaching
I think it's like every 10
teaching kids the theory
years.
of evolution as opposed to creationism. And
So Satanic
Yeah.
Panic Pokemon is my new band.
Is your
My new
new one.
band, my new band.
There you
Patrick
go.
and
There
I,
you
we're in
go.
Satanic Panic Pokemon.
I just think like, yeah, like every 10 years or so, somebody clicks onto something and they're like, that's evil. It's going to destroy society as we know it.
The
And
kids
it's like, if you don't want to play it, don't play it.
Exactly. The kids are gonna want to play rebellious things, and the kids that are playing with rebellious things, if they ever take something to an extreme, are gonna who have also been part of popular culture. You
Mhm.
can't blame the popular culture. They said for Columbine. I don't know how controversial this talk show gets, but I mean we're drinking, so
No, you're
standard
Yeah,
fine.
practice went out
Go
the
for it.
window.
yeah.
Well, we're drinking Dr. Pepper here. But still, the point is, if you look back to Columbine, you look at like people like Marilyn Manson who were speaking out against popular culture was like Yoko Ono, the Yoko factor. Yoko Ono was just there, man. The Beatles broke up the Beatles. Yoko just happened to be there.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. I always think of there's this quote by Stephen King that I absolutely love and adore, where he's saying, if you put my books on a shelf, kids are going to read it.
Yeah,
If you
exactly.
ban my books, kids are going to flock to get a hold of it to see what's so bad
Exactly.
about it.
yeah,
So it's like, I'm like, yeah, you're going to make a big deal out of this. People are going to be like, I need to know all about this now because you've made it a deal.
Oh
You
yeah.
can't blame
And
shock rockers. You can't blame shock rockers, but we need to at least know that if you're into shock rockers, that might be a red flag for something.
Or at
yeah,
least understand the artist's intention behind it. If there's just a shock, then it's like if you're aware of that, then you can't be shocked by it.
There you go. Exactly. I mean, that's where I stand. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't even
yeah,
know what the kids are doing to shock rock these days. I don't keep up with the kids.
Well, I mean, if I mean, they can't go as far as like say G.G. Allen or something like that, where they're just like
Yeah,
scraping themselves up and crapping on stage and stuff like that. It's like, okay, whatever.
I was about to
wait, they
say,
actually
I've
really,
seen
crap on
that.
stage?
G.G.
really, the
Allen.
more, the
Oh
more I
yeah.
think about it, it's like that kind of died off when like when Steve-O from Jackass, like, went sober, and like Jackass is kind of like really the last true bastion of that shock entertainment,
I would
it
say
really
so.
is.
Yeah,
at least in modern, like,
In the modern modern myopic, absolutely.
Yeah.
You don't
But
know anybody's really doing that kind of humor anymore.
no,
So, which it's like, if it's cool if you like it, but it's like, okay,
whatever. Yeah. No, it's just it kind of fascinates, like I said, because we were all part of the whole Dungeons and Dragons is gonna send you straight to hell, and now it's like Big Bang Theory, they're playing Dungeons and Dragons with celebrities, and Stranger Things, they're playing Dungeons and Dragons and relating everything that's happening to them
To the game.
to the game to figure it out and get through it
Yeah.
and save the day and all of that. And it's like it's just gone so mainstream.
well, I'd say it's definitely a better understanding of it's just a game.
Yeah.
So,
It's
Yeah, it's a game about dragons. It's my dragon game. You know what I mean?
and or dungeons.
and or
or
dungeons.
indoor dungeons.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's like it's just a game. It's and I personally would rather have, my kids sitting in a basement being creative and, hanging out with friends and doing this creative role
Well, yeah,
playing,
definitely like
And
up
get
your
this.
creative skills and
Yeah.
whatnot, and definitely for critical thinking as well. It's like where you're having to basically adjust all your moves, thinking of what can come next, considering where you're at in the game and where you're at physically in the game.
Exactly. And I mean, the cool thing is, get this. You can find all those monsters and demons they fight in every Bible. Like, that's the thing. Like, it's a game of fighting monsters.
Yeah.
You can find those in the back of every Bible. So,
I thought the real monster was humanity itself.
I mean,
we all learn something.
whoa, he
That's
just
right.
went too
I thought the
philosophical for
monsters were
me.
the friends we made along the way.
I mean,
For the friends we made along the way. What? I don't understand the story anymore.
We are the
I-
monsters, Robbie. We are the dungeons and the dragons.
Well, battle not with monsters lest ye become a monster. Somebody said that in France somewhere. It was revolutionary time. But so these pictures back here, what do we have directly behind you? Who's got the mask?
okay, well, this right here is Derek Mears, who played Jason Voorhees in the 2009.
What? That's cool.
Yeah, this is Dee Snider doing awkward prom pose with me.
That's
A
cool.
Twisted Sister, if they didn't know who.
2009.
I know D.
Yeah.
Snyder.
Okay.
Great hugs, by the way. This guy's like A+ hugger.
D. Snyder gives great hugs. That's good to
Yeah.
know.
Then we've got Matthew Lillard and
Oh,
Tyler
Matthew.
Maine and
Love
another
you,
one
Matthew Lillard.
from another one from Derek Mears here, and let's see, our friend Brad Potts is up there. You can't really see him, but I work a horror movie convention in the summer, and
that's
this is this is one of the perks. And
Mhm.
Derek Mears, my daughter has a little bit of a crush on him, and he is just absolutely amazing human
Jason
being. And
Voorhees.
yeah,
That's fantastic.
that's what's so funny is I've worked with all these people who play absolutely horrendous people in all these horror movies, and they are all
But they're
the
the nicest people.
sweetest,
Like, that's awesome.
nicest human beings. Yeah. It cracks me up. The only person I've ever had problems with at a horror movie convention was somebody who didn't play the villain. So it's it's like I said, they do these absolutely horrendous things on screen, but they are the sweetest, nicest, most wonderful people in real life. And like I said, I highly recommend Dee Snider for hugs if you ever get a chance. Hug Dee
Absolutely.
Snider,
All right. And forgive any shuffling in the back. We got players in the store. We're just doing this
Oh.
live from the store.
Oh, that's fine.
Don't
Hi,
mind that.
everybody. Yeah.
Everybody.
Ooh, you got a shout out from a podcast. He said, "What's up?"
Who's winning? Nobody's winning yet. That's the whole thing. Nobody wins.
Well, I see you have a Punisher on your hat. Have you seen the early '90s Punisher?
The one with Tom. No.
I'm about to say, actually, fun fact. I
Okay.
have the Daredevil. Oh, where is it? There it is.
Oh,
Daredevil.
sweet.
It's Daredevil.
So yeah,
Now he's got to get all the hair back up in there.
yeah.
No, I just think it's hilarious. All the iterations of the different comic book movies and how they've gotten so like sophisticated. When they first came out, there's like they couldn't believe someone make a superhero movie. Why would you do that? It just cracks me up. That's where
You know-
the Punisher came from. It went straight to video.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think one of my favorite iterations of the Punisher isn't from any of the movies, but the Daredevil series,
Okay,
the one from
Okay.
Netflix.
Yeah.
there you go.
Okay.
Like especially like kind of like an early Punisher, like one who wasn't like entirely sure what his MO was, like, just kind of like, killer for hire, but definitely still had that grudge disdain for like corrupt authority figures and whatnot.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to love somebody who doesn't like corrupt authority figures. It tingles me.
Oh, here's a good topic. Have you seen the Roger Corman Fantastic Four from the mid-90s?
No, I have not. I've heard it's
You're
amazing,
lucky.
though.
I'm sorry. I was joking. I didn't say anything. We have differing opinions on
Oh,
them.
you need to see it because for the budget that they had, they did the best that they could.
They had a
but it's
budget of what,
fun.
$5?
Yeah, it was something like really crazy. It was only like 100,000. No, excuse me, like $400,000 or $500,000 or something like that. Something like dirt cheap, and they only did it to be able to retain the Fantastic Four rights to make it a bigger production. But there's a great documentary on it. If you look it up, just look up Roger Corman Fantastic Four. I love the little goofy stuff like that you find because nobody had any thoughts on comic books as movies for the longest time. So I just think that's hilarious. Those little trivia bits.
I mean, yeah, like that's an interesting topic all on its own. It's, comic book movies, video game movies, like the state that how much they've transformed from, like the 80s and the 90s, from like, everyone's favorite adaptation of the Super Mario Brothers, Bob Hopkins,
Oh yeah.
John
Yeah.
Leguizamo, and then the Street Fighter movies, and then you look to like the new Super Mario Brothers, and I mean, really, I feel like the Sonic movies too. How
Oh,
much
yeah.
like in on it, like in all honesty, it's like they fit that weird space where it's an entertaining film,
Mhm.
yet also retains the original, like the intentions and like the feeling of the video games,
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
just remember when the first Sonic came out and they released like the look
Ugly
of
Sonic,
Sonic,
yeah.
Ugly
and
Sonic,
everybody
yeah.
was just like, what the fuck is this? And even me who didn't know much about Sonic, I was like, what the hell are they doing? What is that?
Right?
And then they were like, oh, my bad.
It's a
Let's
hedgehog we don't
redesign
want to
it.
look like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
And
so glad
Doesn't
they
make sense.
redid that. Yes.
yeah, it was just it was just proof that I think that if you're gonna do a video game or a comic book or something, you need to have the nerd
Gotta love the
expert,
source. You need to
you
love the
know?
source material.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
adventure is much the same. Oh,
Yeah.
we've got somebody else here for a game. Oh, haha.
Hey.
Sweet.
Test us. Hello, Cam.
So what are you guys getting ready to play as far as like games?
Magic the Gathering.
Magic.
Doing Magic? Okay.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, like here in town, we used to have a place like that where people could go and
We
play
had a gaming
games
store,
and,
yeah.
and all of that. And it didn't last.
It didn't get the support. I don't think there was enough.
Yeah, there wasn't
of,
enough support.
Yeah, wasn't enough people into gaming.
Mhm.
to really
And it's like,
do it.
but
Yeah.
those people that really loved it, like were there all the time. Like that was their
Yeah.
spot, their place in
The
the,
idea.
and yeah, it's just I never really went, but I was so happy to see it be here
A place,
because
yeah, just a place for the kids to go that love to do that. That
yeah,
maybe didn't have any place else to go.
exactly because yeah, I don't know, in smaller towns it just seems like there's no place for the kids to go.
Well, we're
But
glad that you guys
you
are
just
able to do it.
you hit the nail squarely on the head. Stop drilling, you hit oil. That's what a
Yeah.
local game store is. Like, as opposed to all of the other hobbies and habits you can get into.
Hmm.
If you like to play games, you can come to your local game store. You can get into Magic the Gathering. You can
Yeah.
become a good drafter instead of, getting into a gang or something. I know not everybody's got such
Yeah,
an extreme choice, but some do.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Exactly. And it's like I loved knowing that there was someplace because let's face it, the freaks and geeks of this world don't really have anything but each other a lot of times. And I love that there was a place where they could find each other, where,
Yeah,
some,
the internet's good for that to a
but
certain
you need
degree. But
people.
if you do want, definitely have some physical
Yeah.
community, then yeah, definitely need that.
Yeah. You need that face to face. You
Because
need
yeah, I
that.
didn't have
That's
that.
what the LGS is all about. It absolutely is. And yeah, we are definitely a meetup spot. I mean, that's the idea. You come here, except for now, we're finishing the podcast in the store, but you come here, you can always just pitch a game. And it's a place where you could do just that.
Yeah.
um,
Because like
Because,
yeah, I was about to say, like growing up, like both Rob's and I growing up in the area, like we had to go upwards to like 45 minutes to an hour.
you got to go to Star
exactly.
City and Roanoke. Like you got to go, which is
Hmm.
it's a great shop. It's a great place to go. But if you live in Bedford and you're Bedford born and bred, going to Roanoke for something, that's quite the hike just to go get
Yeah.
some cards.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
Because, yeah, from here, we have Indianapolis, and that's still like half an hour or 35 minutes,
Mm,
on the highway to
Yeah.
get to.
mm,
And it's like I was very, very sad when our place went out because it's like
yeah,
it there and that's what fascinated me is there was always people there. Like always, from the time it opened till the time it closed,
yeah. We're not
there were
sure.
people there. And it's just one of those,
You should
how
tell them
did
about
it?
this
Well,
place.
Yeah.
we weren't sure
Just
what the
tell the locals in Indiana
drama
about
behind the
the card shop in Bedford.
They need to know.
I mean,
No, how long
spreading
have
the
you
love,
guys?
spreading
I
the
mean,
idea. Yeah.
we
How long
do
have you guys
have
been open
an
now?
online. We have we sell stuff through eBay. We also have our own online store, which is clerkscardsandcomics.com.
Okay,
Mhm.
well, you'll be able to plug.
Yeah, we're
Like,
gonna
we're
make sure
gonna
you plug
make sure you get to
everything.
plug everything.
Because I know I
Make sure
found
you
you
do it.
guys on
Yeah.
Facebook, and that's how I learned about all of the events that you do, which is cool.
Because we're here to promote, I believe, the film festival.
Hmm.
Yes.
Because otherwise we're promoting our comic store to somewhere outside of Indianapolis.
Yeah, so promote everything. I mean,
Well,
that's
you
my
promote
theory.
everywhere.
I mean,
I
I'm all
mean,
about promoting
yeah,
all,
this goes out on
promoting
the internet, so
understanding.
people see it everywhere. So we don't just run around town going, "Have you seen our podcast?"
Okay, well, tell us about the film festival.
Yes, yes, and I'll just shut up and drink.
All right, yeah. So, the Bedford Film Festival is kind of like the main sponsor of the store.
Okay.
Of course, film festival's been going on for about 7 years now.
7 years.
7 years.
Oh, sweet.
Lucky seven.
And again, yeah, it's just another one of those things to kind of like, something to help bolster the community. There's,
Hmm.
you know, growing up in Bedford, being around Bedford, seeing that there's not a whole lot of hubbub or stuff to do if you're not in with a, I don't know, I don't want to say like if you're not in with a particular way.
Well, we know what you're saying.
Yeah.
But
Generation X. Yeah.
the film festival gives an opportunity for people who who enjoy films, not not what's just playing at the theater, but like your documentaries, short
Your indie
films, foreign
flicks.
films, indie flicks.
You
Hmm.
put it best. Your freaks and geeks. Your
Yeah.
reject culture is culture. You know what I mean? Stranger Things was Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Culture
But
is culture for a reason. And D&D is a fun, amazing game that we play here. And it is tied this year. We're going to be featuring storytelling more. It's a process for a literacy fund that we're working out,
Oh, cool.
and that we're going to be donating to. It's going to be for a cause because we're going to have a bunch of D&D related events coming up for that.
Sweet.
But the film festival is entries you can actually enter right now. We have links to that on the bedfordfilmfest.com.
Okay.
And I know we get the plugs in at the end, but I just want to make sure that people know that that's one of the things that we're promoting is that the film festival entries are open right now.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
And
Yeah.
Clerks, Cards, and Comics is now 100% on board, and we're in place in Bedford.
Cool. Yeah. Film festivals. I mean, every once in a while you find that little hidden gem that you wouldn't have found otherwise.
Oh,
There-
yeah.
You know,
It's right here at the Peaks of Otter. It's a gorgeous town. And until us, there was nothing to do in Bedford.
yeah. So you
Well,
have saved the scene in the social scene in Bedford. There we
yeah,
go.
And
Now
how
there's-
long have you guys had the shop open now?
The shop's been open for a few months now. I want to say since November, early November, late October.
Yeah, somewhere through there. We weren't officially open for Halloween, which I'm sad because Halloween's my favorite holiday.
Oh, I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, definitely.
I get more
Definitely.
excited with the escapades than I do with Christmas, but those are the two.
See, it's a tie for me, but yeah, I would say Halloween is my high holy holiday, as I call it.
There we
Because
go.
yeah, because
But
that's when
clearly we come from strict Jewish households. Like it's
I grew up here in Lebanon. I grew up on what would be considered the main drag where everybody went to trick or treat. Like
yeah.
everybody went to trick or treat. And now I live in a neighborhood where nobody comes to trick or treat. And it is so sad for me. So sad for me because I'm like out there with my $300 worth of candy and it's like, yay, we've had 20 people.
Do you go full size candy bar?
We don't go full size, but we do go name brand. So we actually do like the Hershey's and stuff like that. We don't get the, Choco Nuts, off-brand crap. No.
A woman of quality. I like it.
Yes, we do the name brand candy. And since we have so much and so few people come to trick or treat with us anymore, if you come, because trick or treating goes till 9, so about 8 o'clock, we are just giving out handfuls and handfuls of candy. We're like, here, have some candy. So
that is where I need to go to trick or treat.
Yeah, so
trick or treating, but you.
We're kids at heart, right?
Right? I think we can trick or treat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think we can trick or treat.
Yeah, why not? My parents actually,
trick-or-treating.
Growing up, my parents' friends, when they would bring their kids by to trick or treat, the adults would go trick or drinking. So when you showed up at the house, you had a cup in hand and whatever alcohol was at the house. If your cup was empty, you got your trick or drink. And sometimes it was beer, sometimes it was a little harder.
Well, it was
I was
the
about to say, that
70s.
sounds like a very dangerous game.
It was the 70s. That's just what you did.
Yeah,
I mean,
pretty much.
I sometimes wonder how our generation survived because
It's crazy. Yeah, growing up having parents who my parents had their parents had to be reminded that they had kids.
Yes, it's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? Yeah, that's our generation.
And then seeing the younger generations being grown up and so sheltered and protected and not exposed to. I mean, granted, yeah, there's some dangerous stuff out here. Don't get me wrong, but it's where's that line of?
Yeah,
drew the line hard and fast.
Yeah,
remember that was a show that dealt with violence on a daily basis.
Well, I mean, like our generation, when the street lights came on, that's when you came home. We ran far and wide, and but the street lights are starting to come on. We need to go home.
But
We're an outdoor generation. We weren't allowed inside.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you have to pee. You better hope the next door neighbor's going to let you in, because.
But yeah, it's you're right with the issue with, it's like, when is it a valid experience which you can grow from, and when is it actual danger? That's basically
Yeah.
the two things you have to think about um, when it comes to life experiences. Like, you don't want them to get hurt, but at the same time, though, they need a couple of bumps and bruises to just figure stuff out.
Yeah.
So it's like, where do you draw the line?
I was about to say, yeah, growing up, I grew up in a more rural part of the city, so it's like didn't really have neighbor kids to grow up with, but I would just wake up in the morning, go walking in the woods, just exploring the woods for like the entire day, and then just come back home. Like you said, like when it started to get dusk, it's like, oh man, I
Mhm.
better get out of here before I can't see my way
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Mm.
Exactly. I know, like my next door neighbor, her mom had one of those old, like ranch, like bells, like they would ring. And she told us to just go walking. And when we couldn't hear the bell anymore, that's when we had gone too far. And we needed to come back a little. So, because we needed to be able to hear that bell so that she could call us home. And I'm like, nowadays, it's like, do you have your cell phone on you? Is it fully charged? Where are you going to be? Do I know these parents? Who else going to be there? And I'm like, we were in a field cow
Yeah,
tipping, and
yeah.
I'm so glad TikTok and YouTube and all that did not exist when I was in high school. Just saying. Just
There's got to
saying.
be some cow
It's
tipping
almost
videos.
like our mimas. It's basically the same way you heard goats.
Yeah.
The bell.
Yeah, exactly. We heard the bells, like time to go home. But yeah, because I was talking to a friend of mine about that, the other day, as I'm so glad there wasn't TikTok or YouTube or any of that, because one of those videos leaked, parents saw it, and we would have been locked in our rooms
Oh yeah,
till we died. I mean,
oh yeah, definitely.
The internet would have been Satan.
Right.
yes.
Oh yeah, oh God.
Well, I mean, yeah, the internet, all there are on the internet are serial killers and pornography. So,
That and leaked war documents.
yeah. Hang on, I'm getting a text.
Oh,
Yeah,
And I got
yeah.
one too. It said invade Croatia.
Yeah, I was gonna say, were you in that Snapchat too? Was the
Um,
yes?
no,
that.
I'm the pitch in for Putin. That's
Oh,
the text chain I'm on, is the pitch in for Putin. I guess there's a dinner at the Kremlin later. Um, I'm bringing my world famous elephant ear cheesecake, so I
you're
hope they
bringing
like it.
cheesecake to the Kremlin. It's a
Yeah,
bold move. I like it.
I mean, why not? I hope they're not lactose intolerant, and if they are, oh well. But yeah, yeah, good
The
times.
bathrooms
Good
are really
times.
I hear the bathrooms are fantastic in Russian.
I mean, I can truthfully say, like, my nephew was a Marine, and he was in Iraq, and he said the funny thing was he and what's his face? Saddam Hussein both pooped in the same gold toilet. It's just Saddam wasn't there when he, because
Yeah,
one of the places that they took over was one of his,
Palaces.
yeah, one of his quaint little cottages.
yeah.
And
One of his
yeah,
9 golden. I was Army, and
yeah,
I did Iraq 910. I was Army. So
yeah,
thank you for his service. And but
yeah.
but yeah, I remember the stories about all of the houses.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, it's more than okay.
Okay, you're
That's
supposed to
you,
drink it, not inhale it.
you know what? I have editing skills.
Yes, he has editing
So
skills.
you'll be
Okay.
fine.
So I'm just imagining that now for the remainder of like anytime I open my mouth, it's just gonna be cough, 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 cough. Oh, that's an excellent point. Cough, 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 cough.
Right, that, and then I have to do something to deliberately change continuity, like just to mess with it. Like I have to wear the shirt, like a button on,
Yeah.
do a button, so that it's not going to match. It's not going to match. Somebody will freak out backstage.
Well, he's already switched his hat from Punisher to Daredevil.
Yeah.
There we go.
So then he should switch it back again. So
Now
then,
Now I imagine at your place as an intern freaking out backstage, like it's not going to match. It's not going to match. Oh, what are we going to do?
yeah, the only intern we have is our daughter, who's in charge of turning lights on and off. So we're good. We're good. Yeah.
It looks like she did her job. Fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah, except we just discovered that we had to unscrew one of our ceiling lights because otherwise it showed in all of the pictures back here, which I don't know. We have a weird thing going on with the lights anyway, so I don't know.
Dude, are you gonna be okay over there?
Yeah, I mean, I know how
Hey,
to do the Heimlich, but not
believe it or not, I'm
through the camera.
actually like a year and a day since I quit like smoking cigarettes. So like, you know,
You're still
good on
hacking up
me,
all
I
the
guess.
stuff.
Yeah.
I started vaping and haven't looked back. I'm rocking 2 vapes over here. I just remembered we were doing a podcast.
That's okay, man. It's all good.
I mean,
I'm usually gummied up myself, so I'm good to go, man.
yeah, he's cracking up because he was a flight attendant for 18 years and could not,
Baked every day.
yeah, could not
Couldn't do it.
gummy or
Nope.
anything like that. And I was the stay-at-home mom, and it's like, yeah, you got to try these edibles. Oh, you can't. I'm sorry.
See, I'm trying all the edibles
Yeah, and
now.
so now he's not a flight attendant, and I work at the high school, so now I can't.
The roles are reversed.
Yeah, and so
Yes.
yeah, so I just call him Cheech now.
Cheech's Revenge.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, like I dig that. Like based on the name of the show, you don't even know you're on a show. You're just chilling. Like just
Yeah, I got talked into this while drunk,
Yeah,
so
exactly. We just turned on the camera and
I was drunk, and he's
told
like,
you
"We
guys
should
to
do
turn
this."
it up.
Yeah, he's like,
Do
"We
it.
should do this," and I'm like, "But only if I can drink." He's like, "Cool." I'm like, "All right, whatever." So
that's cool. I like it. Like it's bringing the family together. Like that's cool.
every once in a while you have to do something as a couple.
Well, everybody's way too serious about, especially in podcasting as well. People are just right, be next Joe Rogan or some shit. It's like
I don't want to be Joe Rogan.
no,
Yeah.
Please don't make me be Joe Rogan.
I'd
But
rather
yeah,
talk like this and be real.
I
So
definitely agree. I'm speaking of being real. Since we've been running the store together and since we've been, being on podcast together, our cousinship has never been higher. Like our cousinship relationship, we were better cousins now than before we started doing press together.
There you go.
there you
Somehow,
go.
I think
The
so.
pressure of the media will forge the diamond
There
that
you
is
go.
Clerks, Cards, and Comics.
That is
Yes.
forged on cousinship and cousinship alone.
Well, there you go. Bringing the family together one podcast at a time.
Well, there you go. On that note, won't you guys go ahead and give us your plug and stuff?
Yes,
the things
yes.
that you want to tell us about.
Plug
And
away.
I'm going to be editing this and sending it right back to you. So, you should be able to get out to whoever you need to get out to with local stuff coming up.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, of course, the Bedford Film Festival, bedfordfilmfest.com. There's still time for submissions. And if you're interested more in like some of the people that have like submitted films and stuff like that, there's all that information there. We are also, Clerks, Cards, and Comics. We have, like I said, that eBay store. Just, look us up, Clerks, Cards, and Comics on eBay. We have our own, clerkscardsandcomics.com. The Facebook page, it's all Clerks, Cards, and Comics.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Gotta love that alliteration when you're doing the shout outs. Like say that 5 times real fast.
I don't
Oh,
think
good,
so.
man.
I've had too much whiskey to try to say that 5 times fast.
Oh, okay. I got one last question then for you guys, real quick. Just a yes or no. Watchmen movie. Did you like it? Yes or no?
Yes.
Didn't see it.
You didn't see it?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh,
Yes, on the Watchmen movie.
That's it. I'm
Oh,
out.
I think you lost your nerd cred on
Wow.
that one. To at least give an opinion on it because you have the diehards like this is shit, and then some people are like I actually liked it.
From what
So-
I've seen about it and like the discussion that I've read up about, like, the like like just like Dr. Manhattan as a character and Rorschach as like the themes in the
Gotta see
movies.
it.
Like I would if I had to say, do I think I would like it before watching it? I would say yes.
Quintessential Alan Moore, I believe. It's quintessential Alan Moore, and it opens with Bob Dylan's "Times Are a Changin'."
Oh
Exactly.
yeah,
I mean, I think that's
Yes.
brilliant. I love it.
See, I got confused because the smiley face logo from Watchmen, I confused it with the same one from that movie Evolution.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I
Yeah.
saw the
It's like
wrong
a third
one.
eye, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, like for us being, the 80s kid, Jackie Earl Haley comeback
Oh yeah,
role.
Because he was in Breaking Away and
Yeah, and
then
all
he
of
went
that.
away from acting for the longest time and then came back.
I
And
thought he was Joey Bonaducci.
Sweet.
close. No, not even close. But no, it's just I was like, okay, he's
But come
back.
on,
Let's see
like,
it.
and he was so badass in Watchmen. You
Mhm.
know, you're not locked in here with me, or yeah, you're
Yeah,
locked in here with
I'm
me. However he said
yeah,
it.
it's like
Yeah.
I'm not locked in here with you. You're
You're
locked
locked
in
in
here
here
with
with me.
me. And it's like, yes.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, it was
Yes.
essentially Macho Man Randy Savage's line in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I've got you
Yeah.
for
Ways
3
to-
minutes. 3 minutes of playtime.
Yeah. But like I said, we were just thrilled to see, him come back. So
I'm just I'm just taking it back. We did Macho Man Randy Savage fight
In-
Spider-Man.
In the first Spider-Man, the first Sam Raimi,
Yeah.
the first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, he was the wrestler.
Sam Raimi overdid it to the point where it was actually Macho Man Randy Savage that was the wrestler.
So it wasn't like Macho Man Randy Savage was the wrestler, but the guy who played the wrestler that Spider-Man was fighting was Macho Man Randy Savage.
Savage, which is such an extreme because remember, Peter Parker did like some small time side wrestling, which I loved the comic book that used to be a thing in Stan Lee's day. Like when could a teenager just go wrestle for money?
Oh yeah, exactly.
yeah, exactly.
That's what you do
Times
for
are
extra
changing,
money.
bruh.
Some people have paper routes.
Yeah.
Some people work at the grocery store.
Some people just
But I've
go
never
to the
known anybody to put on a
wrestling
luchador
ring.
mask and go wrestle for money on the side, like because
Yeah.
they got spider powers.
I mean, you got to appreciate the hustle. You got to appreciate the hustle.
Exactly.
Yeah,
All right,
absolutely.
All right, well, we'll go ahead and
I was just getting ready to say, do you have anything
No,
else?
we'll
Follow up to
next
your
time.
Watchmen question, or
No, we'll save it for next time. We'll definitely have the guys back.
I mean, yeah, if you have anything else to
We'll
plug,
just
or
start,
if you
we just like
just
pick
want to hang out and drink and talk. I
Yeah,
mean,
we can just pick it. We just pick something we're passionate about and go for it.
Man.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Okay, so that's your homework. You
There
have
you
to
go,
go
there's your
watch
homework.
that, and then
Absorb this
come
message,
back.
get
Yeah,
back
then
to
come
us.
back and give us a review on it.
All right.
That's your homework. Okay.
So it'll be Drunken Housewife reviews, Clerks Cards and Comics review of Watchmen.
Exactly.
go.
Exactly. We'll sit here with popcorn. I'll be like, so what'd you think about one of my favorite movies of all time? No pressure. No pressure at all. But what'd you think?
I fell on the right side of history.
Yes. Oh no, I'm out of drink. That is a sign.
We're out of time
I
as
was about
well.
to say,
So
yeah.
Yes.
I think when the cup is done, we
Yeah.
end the run, right?
I've been
Yeah.
talking for a minute, but
good.
yeah, that makes sense.
I
And
say the
then-
vape never runs empty, does it?
No, well, it can. It can. Who can we get here at the end? Brought to you by Dr. Pepper.
They're not
Brought to you
sponsored.
by this whatever.
Not sponsored by Geek Bar or Dr. Pepper.
We're not, but if we could be, please.
If you could be, yes, yeah, definitely, definitely.
Sweet.
That would be awesome.
The show around the office, like
Okay, cool. Well, this has been too much fun. I've
This
had
is
too
Drunk-
much whiskey
This is the
today.
Drunken Housewife review.
Yes, the Drunken Housewife now should probably eat some food because,
I
like I
would
said,
think
this is interview number 2, and I've been drinking Irish coffee all day. So,
Yeah, you should probably eat something.
you think
Yeah.
he's so boring? He tries to keep me on track. It's just so
no,
dull.
it's a good plan, man. That's why it works. I see why it
Yeah.
works.
Yeah, trying to keep me on task
Yeah,
here.
I mean, you can't have Abbott without Costello. You can't have Penn without Teller.
You can't have
Exactly.
The Drunken Housewife without the party killer.
Simon Pegg.
much more obscure but poignant.
Okay.
All
On
right.
that note, I'm trying to hit pause. There it is. All right. So, way too much whiskey today.
Mhm. The
Yeah.
guys from Clerks.
Clerks, Cards, and Comics.
Clerks, Cards, and
Comics. Yes, they've got the film festival coming up. If you live in the Bedford, Virginia area, and you love Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons, any of those cool, awesome games,
nerdy fun games.
If you're looking for your freaking geek people, that's the place to go. They also do live music.
Oh yeah, and those guys were fun.
Yes, check their
Just
Facebook page.
Relaxed little, relaxed dudes.
Yeah, Clerks, Cards, and Comics. Check their Facebook page because they do live music every once in a while.
Virginia.
Yeah, they host game nights, and they're doing the film festival. So
There you go.
yeah, definitely have to have them back.
We'll get some people lined up, and we'll do some more fun stuff with you guys.
Yep. So
Okay.
see you later.